there everybody, and welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. And in today's review, I will be taking a look at the final Transformers Earthrise Micromasters set, Growl and Bombshock. So these are pretty cool little figures, so let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for these two little guys. So let's get it on, man, let's go! And here are Growl and Bombshock fully transformed into their vehicle mode. So the first figure that we'll take a look is Mr. Growl himself, and of course he is a Decepticon Micromaster, and he does have a big huge silver painted cannon, which is pretty cool, and you can plug in some effects parts on the barrel, which is really nice. He does have some ports on the sides right here, so you can actually plug this right here if you want to. You got some nice silver paint on the front grille of the vehicle, and you got some nice black paint for the windshields and the windows, like on the back and the front as well on the sides. Yeah, pretty cool. He has some nice rolling wheels, so he can definitely roll. Yeah, which is pretty cool. So yeah, nothing much to write home about for these little guys. So they're simple, they're basic, so you know, not too detailed, but at least there's some molded in detail in these guys. So yeah, that's basically it for Growl's vehicle mode. So let's move on to Bombshock. And here is Bombshock in his green tank mode with some nice silver treads. I do quite like that. He does have a moving cannon, so the cannon can actually pivot upwards, which is really nice. And the turret can rotate a full 360. And there is a port right there, which is more for the weapon mode. So we'll take a look at the weapon mode in a little bit, but still, it's a nice little tank mode. There's no rolling wheels, and you can see everything there, visible head syndrome, visible arm syndrome, and yeah, which is pretty funny. He does have a Decepticon symbol on the back, which is really nice. I do quite like that. So yeah, really nicely done. Tank modes, and now let's bring in Growl, and you can see how they scale with one another. And for comparison, we will bring in the other Micromasters that I've reviewed so far. And here they are compared with High Jump, Powertrain, the Astro Squad, Laserbeak, Ratbat, Ravage, Rumble, Direct Hit, Power Punch, Trip Up, Daddy-O, or Big Daddy, Groundhog, and Roller Force. So you can see how they scale with one another. Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking group of Micromasters. I definitely love these figures. They're really fun. They're little, but they're fun. So that is basically it for the ultimate comparisons. And I think we are pretty much done with the vehicle modes themselves. So let us get down to transforming these little Micromasters. So the first mode we're going to go with is the weapon mode, and I'm gonna tell you that the weapon mode will definitely look really ugly. But first, we'll do the Bombshock first. So to transform him into his combined mode, you just flip this peg down, and you want to rotate the waist 180, and just fold all this down just like that. And I think that's pretty much done for Growl here. No, this is not Growl. This is Bombshock. Whoops. So for this one for Growl, I'm not sure how to transform this guy yet, so I'll be right back. Okay, after looking at some pictures and some instruction images, now I know how to transform Growl into his combined mode. So first, I would like to take this and rotate it around, just like so, and just unfold the legs, and straighten them out, just like that. And you have to bring this down like so, and I think that's supposed to be the correct way. No. This is the correct way. Oops. And then just bring this forward, just like so. There is a little tab that will tab into that notch right there. Just tab in right there, and just flip up the peg, and he is ready to go. And I think let us combine these two into the weapon mode. So this will just plug in to this port like so, and there we have Growl and Bombshock fully combined into their weapon mode, and yeah, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, unfortunately. I mean, sure, it kinda looks like a gun, but no, it does not. No, this does no, it doesn't work. This is very ugly, in my opinion. Like, no, no. So the gun can be held by one of the Luxes, or Voyagers or Leaders. I'm gonna bring in Sunstreaker just because, so we can just plug in this ugly gun into Sunstreaker's hand like so, and yeah, no, that looks ugly. It just looks ugly. It just looks ugly. Ew, disgusting. Anyway. Man, this gun mode. They had to come up with something, you know? Man. Anyway, so let's move on to the transformation into their robot modes, shall we? And now that we got Sunstreaker out of the way, so now let us get down to the robot modes for these little guys. So we just want to split them up first. So I'll transform Growl now. Transform Growl into this robot mode. Very, very simple. You want to flip out his head like so, and just bring out his arms, split his legs. Now for his backpack, you want to flip down this peg and just bring this over like so, and just bring this back a little bit, and that will just snap in right there. Flip out his head again. Whoops. Growl, help me here. There we go. And we'll take out the cannon. Just take out the cannon, and the cannon just plugs in on the side of his forearm like so, and we are pretty much done with Growl's transformation. And here is Growl in his robot mode. I mean, he's really hard to stand because of all the junk hanging off of his back, but that's okay. It is what it is, you know. You see. I have to point the gun forward a little bit and just bring him forward a little bit, and there we go. He can stand. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at his head sculpt. It's nicely done. Really cool. I do quite like the face sculpt. Nice silver paint on the mouth and orange for the visor, which is pretty cool. Yeah, got a Decepticon symbol on his belly. Got some nice silver paint on the belly as well. Got nice silver paint on the arms. And yeah, really nicely done, nicely molded. I do quite like him. So yeah, his articulation, very, very easy. The head can actually move back and look up, you know, by using that hinge. He can't really look down. There's no rotation at the head. The arms can then rotate a full 360, can move in and out, and that's pretty much it. No waist swivel, unfortunately, but this is on a hinge, so you can actually move this around if you want to, but hey, it is what it is. The legs can move up that far, and can move back only that far, and he can't really do the full splits. He does have a knee joint due to transformation, which is really nice, and that's pretty much it for the articulation for Growl. So now let us move on to Bombshock. Let's move on. Hey, stand. Hey, stand, Growl. Stand. There we go. I hate you, Growl. I really hate you. Stop falling, man. Hey. Anyway, let's move on to Bombshock's transformation. And to transform Bombshock into his robot mode is really, really simple, really. And you want to unfold his legs, rotate the waist 180, and split his legs. You want to flip these back a little bit to make his heel spurs, which is pretty cool. And you want to bring down his arms, just like so. Just bring down his arms and just bring this down to complete his chest. And there we have Bombshock in his robot mode. Oh wait, I have to bring this cannon down a little bit more. So there we go. So yeah, so there you have that for the transformation for Bombshock. And yeah, he's a pretty cool looking robot mode. I think he's my favorite out of the two. I do quite like his robot mode. You can see his head sculpt. Really nicely done head sculpt. Nice metallic blue on the head. Nice yellow for the eyes, silver for the face. And again, Decepticon symbol on his chest. And nice black paint on the shoulders, on the hands, which is pretty cool. He does have some nice beefy legs, and I do quite like that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's a nicely done robot mode. And the articulation, does he have rotation at the head? Yes, his head can actually rotate, but it's on a tight swivel, so I don't really want to move it too much. The arms can rotate a full 360. It can move in and out a little bit. He does have a waist swivel due to transformation, which is really nice. Legs can move up that far, only that far. Legs can move back very far. Can he do the full splits? Not really. He can't really do the full splits. There is a little bit of rotation at the hip. He does have a knee joint. Over 90 degrees of bend. I mean, it's due to transformation, and the heel spurs can actually move back and forth a little bit. But you know, hey, at least he can stand. You know, unlike Growl. Unlike Growl, Bombshock can stand just fine. So now let us bring in the other Micromasters. But first, I'm going to bring in Growl in, so you can see how they scale with one another. So now we can actually bring in the other Micromasters that I have reviewed. And here are Growl and Bombshock with the other Micromasters that I have reviewed so far. And this is a really cool looking group of Micromasters. I think they really look good together. I definitely love these Micromasters. They're really fun and playable, and I only have like 4 more sets to review, and that is pretty much it for the Siege and Earthrise reviews until, you know, Earthrise Thrust has to be opened. But hey, it is what it is. So that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Alright, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Earthrise Micromasters, Growl and Bombshock. And yeah, this is a nice looking set. It's a decent set for what it is. Is it great? No, it's not great, because, you know, the weapon mode just sucks. The weapon mode is just bad. It's just, no, it's just, no, it doesn't look good. Definitely, I do quite like the vehicle modes very much. I do quite like it. And I did forget to mention that these figures are extensive remolds, like super extensive remolds of the Micromasters from Siege, like Topshot and Flak. So, but yeah, they remolded a lot on these two figures, and they got it, you know. So yeah, I mean, they do share parts with Topshot and Flak. So once I review Topshot and Flak, I'll bring these together and see what the differences and the similarities between those two, between these two and those two Autobot Micromasters. So yeah, pretty crazy that these guys are, you know, related to Topshot and Flak in terms of the molding. So yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, the robot modes look pretty decent for what it is. Bombshock is definitely my favorite robot mode out of the two, because, you know, his head sculpt is really beautiful. I love the metallic blue that they used for his head, and also the belly as well. I think I forgot to mention that. But yeah, really cool looking figures. I do quite like these. They are very fun to mess with. So overall, this set definitely gets a I will say a 7 out of 10. What would have made it better is they could have had a better looking gun mode and better articulation, but you know, these Micromasters never had good articulation anyway, so yeah, so you can't expect that much from these figures. So they're very little, very basic, very simple. So yeah, it's okay. 7 out of 10, still very decent set. So, and I think that is pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, go ahead and click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you'll know when my new videos are up and ready. And if you want to check out other Earthrise reviews that I've done in the past, you can always check out my Earthrise reviews playlist. For any videos you may have missed, I'll post the link to that website, and I'll post the link to that playlist in the description down below. And of course, you want to get these little guys for your collection, well, you can always check out bigbadtoystore.com for any availabilities. I'll post a link to that website in the description down below as well. So yeah, and I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Earthrise Micromasters Growl and Bombshock, and this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.